one of the worst things being a Browns fan is that you sadly have to answer questions from the notoriously terrible Browns media. This is what they asked Shedeur just a few days ago.
Hey, Shedeur, not from you, but all your supporters out there say that Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging you.
So you just want to start trouble, huh?
No, I want to ask you what your relationship with him is.
Yeah, well, what people do outside the building isn't really in my control. It's not in my power. So I don't. Yeah, like I go out there and tell them to do whatever. You know, that's not nothing I could control or nothing I could do. But overall, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Coach Stefanski, he's been coaching since I got here, and he's been doing a very great job. You know, with everything that's going on.
But what is your relationship like with him, and when we don't see you guys together?
Definitely like a coach. You know, he tells me what I need to do on and off the field. We definitely grown. Our relationship and everything has grown, so I'm just thankful to be here.
Shedeur, obviously you had a conversation with Kevin about remaining the starter earlier this week. Just what was that moment like for you? Because you talk about the work you put in those 6 months to get to the point to just start, but to know that you not only got that opportunity, but you did enough to keep the job. Just what was that like for you?
Well, I'd say I'm definitely not comfortable though. So that's first and foremost that I have another opportunity to go out there. But in life, you gotta understand how quickly things come or how long it comes. It could be taken at any point in time. So I'm never comfortable in situation I'm in. I always want to exceed expectations and I always want to grow. You know, and each and every week I would want to put a better product of myself, be a better version of myself for the team to be out there.
With Dylan Sampson, how have you seen him handle this year? He kind of got off to a slow start, and then seems to be coming on. Obviously made that huge play for you Sunday.
Dylan been the same all year, you know, mentally, so you wouldn't even know unless you look at the numbers, you know. So he has good energy, good everything, you know, when he's out there. So, yeah.
Shedeur, how do you feel like you just brought this spark back to Cleveland? I know a lot of the young fans really look up to you and rally behind you. Now you have the whole city rallying behind you for upcoming this Sunday. Just how does that make you feel about all of that?
It is great, honestly, but like I said, I'm not comfortable. You know, as quick as things come, it could leave at any point in time. So that don't really catch my focus, or that's not really in my focus or my plans, you know. I'm thankful for everybody and whoever supports, but, you know, I'm focused on getting this team some wins.
It's not often that the President of the United States shouts out an NFL player, so
yeah.
For you to get, you know, and I told you so from the President of the United States, what did that mean to you this week?
Yeah, he definitely been a supporter, you know, for a minute, so I'm just thankful for him. From, you know, even taking time out his day to be able to speak out, you know, and support.
Shedeur, obviously unfortunate circumstances for why Dylan Gabriel lost the starting job last week with dealing with concussion, but now that he's back, just how has he sort of showed support for you already this week as you guys get ready for that?
Yeah, definitely. He's a hard worker. He's the same guy. I feel like a lot of people in his locker room is the same within every situation they're in. You understand, he spent a lot of years in college, so he got experience in a lot of different areas and a lot of different people. So he knows how to like bond and mesh with different people. So since he's been back, he's been good. He's been cool throughout everything.
I love to hear that. And there's not much left of that. Y'all make sure to go watch the full interview because Kevin Stefanski obviously had an interview too. So you know, I think it's good to go ahead and listen to Kevin Stefanski's questions and answers from today's press conference.
To be able to practice in the wind and the snow today was outstanding for our football team. You know.
Sorry, he made a great point because he's talking about wind and snow. By the way, you know, for all my Shedeur fans or even Shedeur haters, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking to count stats on this game, it's going to be a tough one to count stats on. This is what it looks like today in Berea as they were practicing. So lots and lots of snow right now. So it's probably going to not be a high-flying throwing game, right? But it does not mean that Shedeur can't get the big dubs. So just be on the lookout because it's looking real crazy. It's looking real crazy. But go ahead, Kevin.
Credit to our grounds crew, who's incredible. They got that thing cleared. It was covered in snow this morning. It was cleared. It was great. They did a great job. So shout out to our guys. But good work week. Them going in this weekend, like we talk about, there's a huge challenge facing this team and the scheme that they have and the players that they have. So we got to really be about our business. You got to play your best in a game like this. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Hey, Kevin, did go down and kick at the stadium in this weather this week?
Like forecaster here for somebody. What do you expect?
How did you feel it's your second week kind of in that starter's role? How did you feel like? Did you notice a difference in him from last week to this week? Just even in that?
I wouldn't say a difference. Very, very committed to working at it. Doing a great job communicating with his coaches, with the players. Good work week, but nothing different. I think any player, though, once you got one game on your belt, you got the next one coming, I think it can only help.
His primary or your primary pass catchers involved in the game plan a little bit more. Said Jerry, David Njoku, maybe David's better this week with the knee and everything, but is that important or not? I
think it's probably important every week, Mary Kay. Trying to get our guys the rock in a variety of ways. We have a bunch of players that we really we trust, that we believe in. So you certainly want to get all those guys going.
I asked you about Smith at the stadium because the wind is different down there. Did you feel that was not necessary?
Yeah, he got really good work out there, Jeff, in the wind here, which I think you're right. It's not the same as the stadium, but he's kicked in the stadium in some adverse conditions. He's kicked out here. The wind was howling yesterday. I actually showed the team. He started a ball in his warm-up, I guess in the field goal period. He started the ball outside the uprights and brought it back in. So he got good work here.
About this over the years, Kevin, do you come up with, when you go into a week and there's the potential for, nasty weather on game day, do you come up with two game plans like, okay, if the weather's fine, this is what we're going to do, and then if it's not, we're going to throw that out and go with plan B?
We've been in this situation a lot, Daryl, where the weather it doesn't look good, and then sometimes you get down there and it was maybe overhyped or what wasn't accurate. At times you don't think it's a big factor, and then it's raining for a half. So you definitely have contingencies built into your game plan. I know Jim does in how he calls the game and some of the techniques we use. Certainly offensively, there are plays and things that you do in good weather that you wouldn't necessarily do just for the ball handling part of it. So you're always ready, but I just having gone down there a few times, you just have to wait till game day because it just seems to change so often. Coach Callahan had Trent in Washington, so it would just tell stories about how good this guy was and physically off the field, in the meeting room, just how smart he was. But you just watch his tape. He's had some of the great highlights that are on every offensive line coach's highlight reel about how to down block or how to certainly pass block. But the combination of his size, his length, and his play demeanor, how hard he plays, how physical he plays, I think that's what makes him great.
That matchup gets Miles. I know Miles is always fired up, but you think that means something to him going against the guy?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously as a fan of the game, you love matchups like that where it's just great on great. But I think it feels like you get that every single week too in this league.
Tommy, about just Shedeur's development, especially in the pocket. Just how have you seen from the day he got here in April and some of the things that you saw on tape in college to now, where he's sort of seen things better and able to sort of dissect what he's trying to do? And Tommy even said sometimes he's the one pointing out on tape, like, I could have done this or I could have done that.
I think that just speaks to player development. I mean, every single player that comes in here, you have a plan for them and what you want them to work on and improve. And certainly for a lot of quarterbacks, pocket movement and all the things that go with that, when to get out of there, when to slide, when to slide forward, when to move out of the pocket through the B gap, when to try to exit outside the right, outside the left. It's a huge thing that you're constantly developing, and you're working that in the meeting room. You're also working that in drills. So I think there's a lot of drills that you can do to try to hone that skill, but that's just an example of young players working on their craft.
Arm strength that you've seen yourself in practice and the weather games I'm sure you've seen of him on film at Colorado. What are your expectations for him in the elements on Sunday?
Yeah, he played at Colorado. That's a lot of wind that you're going to get. You're going to get all sorts of weather. So he's, I think, good to go.
Just not to overlook Miles against the run. He's so good at setting the edge, what have you. Does he also make teams one-sided, though, because they're running away from him?
Yeah, and I think that's the benefit, Tom, of moving a player around. So Miles is not just in one spot all the time. I think he does a great job. I think Jacques and Jim do a great job of moving the target. There's some great players in this league. Some of them stay in one spot. Some of them move. And I know from offensive coach's perspective, they're always wondering where those players are, and they build. I know teams that go against Miles, and we do this on the offensive side, but you build in protections where you make sure the tight end's going to go to the side that he's on that given play, because there's unpredictability to that. I think you've seen even this year there's been plays that Miles has made on both sides of the ball.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and he brought up Myles Garrett, so I think it's a good time to go ahead and get a little bit from Mr. Myles Garrett, the demon that sacks people. Let's hear a little bit from Myles Garrett.
I know it comes from him, but I like to meet him and get the opportunity to get some wisdom from the man himself. But it's a hell of an honor.
Have you ever met him before in person?
I've not.
Speaking about LT, by the way.
You're supporting the Luke Walker Fight Fund. Can you tell me why you picked that one, why it's important to you, and what you hope to get out of having that represented on your kids?
Well, I got the chance to meet with Jason Garrett, and we took a picture and sent it to Babe, and kind of brought that motion back of that time when we were in college and we were spending time on the field, time after school, and after practice together, just bringing back those memories. And I always wear his wristband, reminding me of his message and the kind of person that he is. So I just wanted to bring it full circle and show how much he left an impression on all of us, including myself. And he's a hell of a person, and I'm better because I knew him.
When you saw the shoe, it has his face painted on it. What was your reaction to see how those came out?
He did a hell of a job. And I love the theme, the colors in which they work with. I think his likeness looks very well, and I'm just proud of the work that they did, and glad that I'm able to have a piece of him with me.
Miles, what kind of guy? I'm sorry. What kind of guy was he, and what influence did he have on your life?
Miles, you already have your record for sacks of the season. What has made this your best year?
Really, it's all thanks to my teammates. I wouldn't be here in the position I'm in to even challenge the record without them. Those guys have helped elevate my game, and hopefully I've helped elevate them as well. The level of chemistry and synergy that we've been rolling with, especially after the Vikings, after Steelers. I think I got back healthy, and guys were feeling good, and we've really been playing up to our potential since then.
The single-season sack record is within reach. How bad do you want it?
I don't even think about it as a want. I just think about something that I'm going to knock down. It's already been written in my mind. That's going just how far I'm going to take it. So, just going to go out there and do what I do, and whatever number I end up at.
You got a number in mind?
Yeah.
25. Comment down below.
My tape, so if y'all
comment down below, how many sacks do you think Myles Garrett is going to get? I think this was dope. It was great hearing from Shedeur. Interesting hearing from Kevin Stefanski. Y'all, a lot of questions to answer. Do y'all think Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur, is there some beef there? Let me know how many sacks Myles Garrett's going to be. And y'all be great. We will see you next time. We got plenty of different videos coming. Appreciate y'all. Peace.